All right, fellas. So I know that this is a few days behind the norm, right? So most people already have Zamasu, fully link leveled and this kind of thing. I'm just now summoning for him. So just kind of is what it is. It's the time of the year, right? So, go a little lighter on the summons for sure. But here we are summoning for LR Fusion Zamasu. Probably you could make the case he's the best yellow coin LR in the game. It's either him or Golden Frieza, right? So I do quite like Zamasu on this Vegeta and Trunks team. So he is absolutely a mainstay on that team. He's surprised. The one thing I really like about him, I assume it's just his high stats and his super attack effects. But, like, you get him, when he triple supers, which he's oftentimes getting the guaranteed, like, double supers, but when he triple supers, he's tanky as hell, man. So I do quite like that. Even at 55%, he can hang in there, dude. So the one issue I would say about him is he doesn't have the most incredible setup ever. Again, I like him on the Vegeta and Trunks team, but, like, all of these other Zamasus and Rosés, number one, the Rosés, they aren't on the 200% portion of the Vegeta and Trunks leader skill, so that's a bit problematic. But then you have all of the other Zamasus who basically just suck, right? I mean, unfortunately, it just is what it is. They could potentially do some stuff with that INT Zamasu. I know that, like, that's just kind of a random secondary. That would be like a random secondary EZA, one of these sub EZAs. By the way, I'll get back to that point. Dude, if I have to see one more of that fucking STR Trunks, dude, I pulled so many of him. But anyway, yeah, they could potentially do something with that INT Zamasu. I do believe he has damage reduction, which is really, really nice, particularly for this meta that we're in. Only problem being is that he is not a Big Bad Bosses unit, but that's, you can fill in some other Big Bad Bosses units for sure. I think another just sort of glaring weakness we do not have is an actual merged Zamasu that's worth a damn, right? So we do have the AGL merged Zamasu, and remember that he only gets Big Bad Bosses after he transforms into Fusion Zamasu. And then, again, we could potentially get a top tier, just mega unit, in an LR merge Zamasu. I think that will be on the horizon before too long. There's a lot of things that Dokkan still just has to cover, dude. One glaring thing, I still feel like we do need a lot of Future Saga buffs. There's still a lot that they could drop. We still, to this day, need an LR, a summonable, that is, LR standalone Vegito Blue. I actually low-key kind of hope that's what we get for anniversary. I could definitely see that. Speaking of Vegito Blue, wow, on cue, we get a Vegito Blue animation. I believe this is the first LR of the video. I haven't really been looking or paying attention. But yeah, I could definitely see standalone Vegito Blue, standalone Gogeta Blue for the anniversary. Dude, I fully embrace the fusions, man. I love fusions. They drive the most success for Dokkan, and at this point in the game's life cycle, whatever drives Dokkan to be the most successful, I'm kind of all about, because I really do quite enjoy playing the game. I really do love the game. I mean, I'm sure you guys can tell. I hope that it comes through in my commentary and these kind of things. But I really do love playing Dokkan, so whatever kind of keeps the game going for as long as possible, I'm all about, so... but yeah, definitely some standalone Vegito Blue, and then I could definitely see the Carnival LR being like an LR merge Zamasu. There's an LR as well, Krillin and Gohan. I think I need one more copy to rainbow them. They could be interesting on a 200% leader skill. I really could see it. Remember, they've got the dodge chance and stuff, and they do some stuff at 24 key. I do like that unit, but they certainly leave a little bit to be desired, again, in today's meta, but potentially could be strong against, like, an STR enemy. So I imagine most of you at this point, myself included, I am saving the rest of the stones that I get for... There's another LR, by the way. This really starts the string of just, like, 1,000 LRs in this video. It was a little bit of a slow start, but then it really started to pick up. Particularly in the stones department, right? When I started to summon with dragon stones. But I imagine most of you are saving for whatever New Year's has to offer. I really have a good feeling about New Year's. I think that this is no secret at this point. The stars have just finally aligned, right, for the Beast to drop. That is definitely my prediction, would be Beast Gohan. I do think there is an off chance that we do end up getting like for the Dual Dokkan Fest. I could definitely see, instead of an Beast Gohan Orange Piccolo, they could potentially save that for like Golden Week or something. I mean, you never know. Instead of those two, I could definitely see the Power Awakened Piccolo and then the Ultimate Gohan. Right? I could definitely see that dropping as a Dual Dokkan Fest. We haven't had a new Ultimate Gohan since Tech Ultimate Gohan, and he really is poised for an LR at this point. Maybe that's like... they really just got the Christmas LR, though, so... in that Super Saiyan Goku and friends, basically, right? The LR5 guys, if you will. Which I love that nickname for them. So that really would be like, again, that would be the spot for like an LR Ultimate Gohan to drop. I would love to see that. A double rates, Carnival LR and LR Ultimate Gohan. That would be really, really sick. A 200% hybrid Saiyans buff. God, dude, that would be, could you imagine, man? That would be a really, really good character. Considering historically what they have done with Ultimate Gohans and being so good and so stout defensively, Tech Ultimate Gohan, even STR Ultimate Gohan. I don't know how we just pulled her twice. Literally back-to-back multis, we pulled that INT Videl, by the way. But yeah, so Ultimate Gohan, I'd love to see an LR Ultimate Gohan. But here we are. We're going to go ahead and start in on the Stone summons. I actually did pull a few useful LRs, like I mentioned, the Krillin and Gohan. I actually needed. I still need actually 2 more copies of Tapion and Minosha. Not as though I'm real thrilled about pulling that unit, but I guess I'll be prepared for their inevitable EZA, right? I mean, they're not really meta relevant at this point, but I don't know. They could do something with that siblings bond team. That could be an interesting 200% leader skill for sure. So, but again, I'm not real thrilled about pulling those, but at least they were useful, right? So, let me know how your guys' summons went. I did see a lot of people summoning for Merge Zamasu. I feel, or not Merge, but Fusion Zamasu. I did see a lot of people summoning for him. I think the double rates banner is quite enticing. Now, the caveat to that is when they drop a 12 featured unit, banner that's double rates like they did on JP. Highly recommend skipping that. Rakumen Goldo, by the way, I've pulled so many times. That's like the 11th or 12th time I've pulled that unit. I've pulled that unit so many times. I mean, they're good. I'm probably going to rainbow out their SSR just because I can, right? I mean, I've got plenty of orbs. I've got Kais at this point. But the double rates is always very enticing. A 20% SSR rate is really nice. The only thing better than that is guaranteed featured summons, for sure. But double rates, man, there's another Tapion and Minosha. But the double rates, that's always very enticing. Double the chances of pulling LRs. You're going to inevitably, there's just so many LRs, dude, these days. You're going to pull lots of LRs. Wow, 3 of that Trunks in a row, huh? You're just inevitable. You're going to pull a lot of like unfeatured LRs and even a lot of featured LRs on the true Carnival banners. Remember, there's like 7 LRs, right, on the banner. So, again, it's enticing. I would recommend at this point. I imagine most of you have either decided whether you've summoned or you're saving. Probably at this point you save, right? I mean, unless you're a whale, of course, that never ever applies to whales. But for the light spenders or the free to plays. My suggestion would be picking up if you spend it all, my suggestion would be picking up the Pilaf's Trove tickets and just trying your luck with that and then kind of calling it good. Save those stones for Beast Gohan. Now remember, for Beast Gohan, and I'm assuming there's no confirmation that Beast Gohan is coming unless someone knows something that I don't. I know the Jump Festa time and everything was released, so here we go, by the way. Zen-chan, finally, dude. These summons were actually not really going the greatest, so getting that Zeno animation was really kind of a relief. And then there's the God. I mean, that's always really nice, the potential of getting more than one of the featured unit, more than one Zamasu, or even just more than one LR, right? I mean, now, there's also the possibility you pull, there he is, Booyah. But there's always the possibility you just pull a bunch of, you know, trash SSRs with a God animation. But it is always nice, you know, more than one chance at an LR is always good. There's still plenty of LRs that your boy needs, so. But finally able to pick up LR Fusion Zamasu. It has been a long, long wait. I've been very much looking forward to this guy, along with the Vegeta and Trunks when they dropped. This Zamasu really helps round out that team. Now, if we could also just if we could potentially get some more, like, Big Bad Bosses style Future Saga units, that really would help that team a lot. I mean, ultimately, we need, like, a 200% leader skill. Like I said, if we get a 200%, like, Carnival LR merged Zamasu, you know, the purple Bukkake arm Zamasu, if we could potentially get him as an LR and he's like a 200% Future Saga or a 200%, I don't know, Worldwide Chaos or some shit like that, just to fit in all of the rosés on that as well, that would be an ideal situation, I think. They work fine on the Trunks team, or the Vegeta and Trunks team. The problem is that on the Vegeta and Trunks team, there's an LR. On the Vegeta and Trunks team, you really just want to run Vegeta and Trunks in slot 1 on both rotations, because remember, they lose guard in any slot after 5 turns. And remember, to even activate the entrance animation, you have to have some bond of parent and child units on your team. So you can't just rock full Future Saga and get that entrance animation. So at that point, you're only going to be guarding in slot 1. So now the advantage of running full Future Saga is you can activate the active skill sooner. So that is nice. Vegeta and Whis, this is always an interesting one, right? So this is either going to fuse or it's a Whis animation. Obviously, you're hoping for the Whis animation, but that one is just so damn rare. So as we kind of wrap up these summons, I would say that they went okay. I know that, like, it seems like I pulled, like, infinity LRs, right? But LRs are only so good as to the ones you need, right? So, like, pulling a lot of LRs is cool, like getting the little animation, you know, the LR pull and stuff like that. That's nice. Like, getting that right there is cool. But, like, when you don't need a lot of them, it's just, it really just, you know, takes the hype away. I'm sure you guys can imagine. Like, double LR multis are commonplace, you know what I mean, these days, so. But again, like I said, let me know how y'all's summons went. I sure hope that they went better than these. I would say that I didn't get shafted, like, no doubt about it. I've had just such fire luck lately that these ones felt just a little bit lackluster. But ultimately, I did, what, 11 ticket multis, and then I did 500 stones worth of multis. So, is that like 21 multis or so? So, I mean, pulling 1 in 21 multis, it just feels bad. Even though, if you think about it, that's about I guess technically it's like 1,000 stones worth, but not really, right? We'll say 750. We'll split the difference just because those were half multis. You know what I mean? The ticket multis. Like Baby Vegeta. He's going to be sick when he gets his EZA, man. He's going to be crazy, that LR Super Baby 2. He's going to be so good. Unfortunately, just don't need him anymore. You know what I mean? So I'm working on the TUR at this point. Of that Baby Vegeta. So, alright, so another LR incoming. Just, again, this was like, I had so many LR multis, dude. Just so many, like, double LR multis, just so many multis with unfeatured LRs on them. And again, luckily, many of them I needed. Like, I still need, technically, 1 copy of LR Rosé, right? Like, I'll definitely be looking forward to his EZA. Remember, if the Blue Fusions end up getting their EZA during the anniversary, just remember, dude, like Kaioken Goku, that's a really nasty pull. But if they end up getting their EZA during the anniversary, at that point, that opens the floodgates, man, for the other 5-year Yellow Coin LRs to get their EZA. So that is the last summon of the video. So like I said, let me know how your summons went. Pulled a lot of LRs, end up pulling 1 copy of Merged Zamasu. Merged Fusion Zamasu. I will take it. Slap a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are new. And I will catch all of you in the next one. Later.